MailChimp campaigns are the emails that you send to your subscribers. A template is the starting layout for an email campaign, and the campaign is the actual content that you send to your list of subscribers. Campaigns are created from the templates you design, and you can create campaigns of all types: email newsletters, holiday messages, sales notices, etc. Some of the things you'll want to collect before working on your campaign is a list of existing collateral. That is, the images, blog posts, bits of copy, coupons, and any other things that you want to include in your campaign. This is where content reuse is highly recommended, because while your team may be writing excellent blog posts designed to drive traffic to your website through organic SEO, you want to be sure that your subscribers are seeing that content, and they may not always visit your website to read the blog. Your subscribers interact with your online content in a variety of ways. If they're connected with you via social media, they may see a post and then click to read it, for example. Putting your online content into a newsletter is a great way to create a newsletter quickly, and also to remind your readers that you have great other stuff that they can read. One important thing to remember when creating an email campaign: keep it short. No one likes to get a big long email. They won't read it anyway. They'll just skim it for the bits that they're interested in. What readers really like to have is short bits of copy so that they can choose what they want to spend their time reading. They also like to get something for their effort, so including a coupon or a notice about an upcoming event is a great idea. To get started, we'll select the Campaigns button. Now, we haven't created a campaign yet, so we'll select the Create Campaign button in the top right. You can send a variety of campaign types, like split testing campaigns, which means sending a slightly different campaign to test whether subscribers like a particular subject line, a from name, or the time of day. The most common type of campaign is a regular campaign, and we'll select that now. Remember when I said that MailChimp revolves around lists? Here's the first selection. We're going to choose our list of subscribers, and we're going to send it to the entire list. When you're creating a campaign, you'll use these buttons along the bottom of the window to move back and forth between the tabs. This is very useful, and I often move between the Setup and Design tab quite a lot. Here we're going to type the name of our campaign. This is how you will recognize it in the campaign list when you want to review the results of your campaign later. This name will not display to your readers, so make it useful to you because you'll want to look back after you send it and see how the campaign did. Next, we're going to type an email subject line. Now, something eye-catching is always a good idea because if you remember, your email is going to appear in a long list of emails in a very busy inbox. It's also a good idea to include some branding in the subject line so that your readers can instantly recognize this campaign and choose to read it now or wait until they have a work break. It's important to recognize that spammy email subject lines will get rejected from many inboxes, depending on the settings, and you don't have control over this. If your email is going into somebody's work inbox, for example, you may never get through to the subscriber if the corporate spam settings are highly controlled. You can see MailChimp's advice on how to write safe and eye-catching headlines, but note that $ and exclamation points are two of the big no-nos. Instead, you can actually get to use emojis. Depending on the inbox, the emoji may or may not display the way you want it. Some people also find them charming and others find them ridiculous, so it's important to consider your audience. If you're curious about whether your audience likes emojis or not, you can try a split A/B testing on your next campaign and then review the open and click rates. We'll show you how to do that soon. The from name is the person from whom the message is being sent, and this should be something that your readers recognize so they don't automatically delete it. In our case, it's automatically populated for us, and this is the name we're going to use. The from email address displays in the from field in the subscriber's email inbox. This also should be a bona fide email address, and if the campaign is sent from a corporate account, it should be a corporate email address. This is the address to which your readers can respond if they want to. Often, this is an info@ email address, or you could choose to make it even more personal. This email works, in our case, because it's the master email for the business and our receptionist manages it. Merge tags are items from your list, like the first name, and they're useful for personalizing your email messages. Since we only have a few columns in our list, we don't have a lot of merge tags to choose, but having the first name available is always a good idea. Why first name? Well, have you ever noticed that when you get a truly spammy email from the outside the country, it's addressed in a weird formal language like Dear Sir or Madam? That's why using a first name is a good idea. It's not disrespectful. It's a way to connect with your subscribers. And people like seeing their name. Depending on what kind of results you want to pay attention to, you'll make some selections here. Items like tracking the opens and clicks are useful for telling you whether your readers are engaging with the content you send them by opening them or clicking in the link in the content. This can help you know what your readers are interested in so you can give them more of it. Plain text clicks are only useful if your readers are not used to reading HTML emails, and very few people have that issue these days. Selecting Google Analytics is a good idea if you want to know whether traffic is coming to your website from your email campaigns. You can and probably should modify the title so that you can recognize it in your Google Analytics dashboard. Select whether you want to automatically tweet the campaign when it goes out. You'll notice the merge tag for the URL is already included, so if someone sees the tweet and finds it interesting, they can click the link and go to your website for more information. MailChimp creates a specific URL for each of your campaigns so that users can read it online if they prefer. If you're using hashtags, you can include a hashtag in your tweet too. But remember the 140-character limit for tweets and keep things short and sweet. You can also auto-post your campaigns to your Facebook page and allow subscribers to comment on the post. Remember that eye-catching headlines are important to get people to engage with your social media posts. You can change the post headlines here and use the email subject line that you've already created by copying and pasting it. There are two more options at the bottom of the screen. One is to convert videos, which doesn't apply to us in this case, and the other is selected by default, and you can't change it. Let's click Next and go on to choose the template.